Africa. 2/3 of African economies are expanding faster than the global average. Africa is the future, and the UK has a huge and active role to play in that future. And I hope you agree. Because we are and we will be a partner, your partner, through thick and thin. Our universities are helping to educate the next generation of African entrepreneurs. We're helping to provide securities. I've seen myself in Somalia, South Sudan, the Sahel, and beyond. Our businesses, our investors, our entrepreneurs, our mind-bogglingly innovative financial services sector are helping Africans from Casablanca to Cape Town to face the future with confidence. Today, here in London, here in this fantastic hotel, which I think I gave planning permission for, in the days when I was, a lot of the stuff you see around, I think I helped to build, I'm proud to say. This fantastic city, we are bringing together leaders of nations and businesses, and I hope that this meeting will serve as a great cyclotron of talent in which ideas and people will come together and spark some flash of creativity. And at the start of this new decade, we, the UK and your nations, are taking the first steps on the road to a new partnership between all our people. And like whatever the apparent differences in our skill sets and our abilities and the complementarity, like me and Haile Gebrselassie, trundling around the streets of Addis Ababa, we want to be with you side by side every step of the way. So let's seize the opportunities that are before us here today. Let's build the partnership for the future. And together, let us write the next chapter for my country, for your country, and above all, for all the peoples of our countries. Thank you all very much for coming, and welcome to London. Thank you.
Greetings everybody, fellow Africans, you're most welcome. Let us look on why Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of UK, said colonialism in Africa should never have ended, and he dismissed Britain's law in slavery. Before I proceed, fellow Africans, let us listen to him when he met African leader during UK Africa Summit on February this year. Then we'll come up with this conversation.
Welcome to London, to the UK, and to a new start in our business partnership between my country and your countries, and indeed the whole continent of Africa. I am reliably informed that this is the very first time that the UK and quite so many African nations have come together for an event of this kind. And when we celebrate all sorts of exciting new beginnings, start of a new year, a new decade, new government here in Britain, it is an event whose time has come, and indeed an event that is long overdue. An event that I regard as the climax of considerable personal exertions. Because during my 2 years as Foreign Secretary, I visited more African nations than any other senior British politician in living memory. Ghana, the Gambia, Libya, Liberia, Uganda, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Somalia, Kenya, Egypt, Ethiopia, where in a fit of brilliance, our excellent ambassador decided that I should challenge Haile Gebrselassie to a running race in Addis Ababa at an altitude of 2,355 meters in fierce sunshine over a distance of about a mile. And I had to pretend to have a heart attack in order to get him to slow down, and what everybody said was a very convincing impersonation of a man having a heart attack. And wherever I went in Africa, I found a lot of interest, I'm proud to say a lot of affection for the UK, even a lot of love. But I also realized that we in the UK have a vital job in continuing to convince people across the continent that we're not just a great friend and ally, a reliable ally, but also the people you should be doing business with. We have no divine right to that business. This is a competitive world. You have many suitors. Some of you may be off shortly to sample the delights of Davos. But look today at what we have to offer. Look around the world today and you will swiftly see that the UK is not only the obvious partner of choice, we're also very much the partner of today, of tomorrow, and decades to come. Because the truth is that in 2020, the UK is the ultimate one-stop shop for the ambitious, growing international economy. If you want investment in a new project or enterprise, just hop on the tube, one stop from here, and you'll be in the heart of Canary Wharf, where, along with its older sibling in the City of London, trillions of pounds of capital are being raised for every venture you can think of, from French construction to African telecoms to American cancer-curing drugs. In every currency that you've heard of, and some that have only been recently invented. It may give you some idea of the scale of the financial services in London when I say that Canary Wharf alone is a bigger banking centre than the whole of Frankfurt. We have the tech. We have edtech, midtech, fintech, biotech, green tech, nanotech, tech of all kinds. We have by far the biggest tech sector anywhere in this hemisphere, 2 or 3 times bigger than any of our rivals. And that works in synergy, of course, with our amazing higher education sector.
Well, so fellow Africans, we have heard what Prime Minister have been said, but let me tell you that the Prime Minister of UK said that the continent may be a blood, the continent of Africa, but it is not blood upon our conscience. He said, the problem is not that we were once in charge, but that we are not in charge anymore. Of course, the UK are trying to make sure that they are not involved in this crisis that has been in Africa. Then the Prime Minister went far when they said this week argued that for the retention of controversial status of slavers and the British colonialists in UK cities, which he said should stay up because they teach us about our past with all its faults. In his statement, say that consider Uganda, pillar of Africa, as an example of British record. Are we guilty of slavery? It was one of the first duties of Frederick Regard, who colonized Buganda in the 1990s, to take on and defeat the Arab slavers. Mr. Johnson said in that, and don't swallow any of that nonsense about how we planted the long crops. Uganda teams sports boasts with vegetation. You will find fruits large and strange like the jackfruit, hanging bigger than your head and covered with green tetrahedral nodules. So, but all in all, fellow Africans, the British are trying to say that these statues that has been, especially racist statues, must stay because they teach us about the past. But let us remove these statues. I don't think we need these stats for now, even though because it teach the white people, children, to still undermine black people, because some of them they dehumanize Africans. Also suggesting that one way to boost the economy of Africa countries would be for British tourists to hold in them. But we don't, of course, the tourists are giving maybe foreign currency, but I don't think that was the way to boost our economy. Look at the time of this COVID-19, when there is no movement of these tourists. So if we beg or rely on tourists as the way to boost our economy, I think this is wrong. We need to build a strong foundation to make sure that we can stand up with our economy even without tourists. But let us the tourists be the additional, not to be the way of boosting our economy. The best fight for Africa would be if the old colonial powers and their citizens scrambled once again in a direction, on the understanding that this time they will not be asked to fear God. That is the word of Boris Johnson. But fellow Africans, all in all, I'm here to share you with this news or this conversation and this written document from UK Prime Minister. So fellow Africans, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share our videos. We are here, fellow Africans, to educate each other, to come together as one, to speak with one voice, to make sure that we as Africans, we can move as a whole, as a country, not as single country, one by one. That's why we need Africa to be together and to speak with one voice. Already some people has been preaching about this unity in Africa. Without unity, Africa will be will continue to be defeated. What's happening now is because we are divided. We are not speaking with one voice. Africa, we are speaking a different language. We don't have a common language. Even in UK, when he's speaking about all these, what he are speaking about, but UK has dominated us because we are using his language, so we can't hide anything to him or to them. So we need to come together as Africans and start thinking how we can move forward with our own thing. We need African satellite. We need Africans military power. We need Africans currency. Not these currencies that we have. We need a single currency that will be strong and compete with US dollar, with pound, with euro. That's what we need here in Africa. So we as young people and the people of Africa, we must think how Africa will be maybe 200 years to come. Next 50 years, how Africa will be. And what I recognize that Africa, we are still divided smaller, and even this time of COVID, I have seen a division of Africans. Some countries are not supported by colonial masters, and some countries are supported by colonial masters. Even we as Africans, we didn't support each other. What's happening to Madagascar? Some of African countries didn't support Madagascar, and some of them are supporting Madagascar. Still, there's this division. To remove this division is the only way to make Africa move and Africa great. So fellow Africans, let us come together. Let us speak with one voice. Let us defend our mother Africa. The time is now. Thank you.